Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. On Friday, the Canadian government eased border measures, meaning fully vaccinated travelers no longer need to provide a pre-entry COVID-19 test to enter Canada. This is great news for Ryden's border store located just half a mile from the border, as they have been struggling with low foot traffic since border restrictions were announced. Jessica Clement stopped by Ryden's to see just how excited they were for Canadians to be making the trip down once again.
For the past 2 years, the border store barely saw any traffic, but that all changed on Friday when the government dropped the pre-entry testing requirement for those who are fully vaccinated, making travel between the United States and Canada easier. Lori Boomer, owner of Ryden, said that Friday was the busiest they've been in a long time, and she's optimistic the traffic will only increase in the upcoming weeks.
Expectations are very high. We were pretty busy on Friday, and it was exciting to see everybody, all the customers, the Canadians were happy to be here. So everybody's really happy.
The employees at Ryden's weren't the only ones excited, as the Canadian customers who stopped by were all eager to be able to travel to the U.S. again.
It's nice to be able to go with him finally after 2.5 years and spend more time with him now.
Yeah. Good to see each other more.
Yeah.
It's a lot less stressful. It feels really bizarre because this has been something we haven't been able to do in so long that now that we're able to do it, it's just foreign almost.
It's just nice to be free to cross.
Yeah, it's just nice to get back to regular life again and taste some American snacks, which is my favorite part about coming here.
Yes.
Now that crossing the border is more easily accessible, residents will be able to not only access the gas station and duty-free store at Ryden's, which were previously closed, but they're also able to pick up their packages that the store has been holding for the past 2 years. And Boomer is hoping that the pile will finally start to dwindle.
I think they'll come down soon and pick up their parcels, get some cheap gas, some cheap booze, because the gas station was closed and the duty-free was closed, so they're both back open now too.
For now, Ryden's will be open until 6, and they may extend their hours once they get more busy. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
Tomorrow night's meeting of Thunder Bay City Council includes a number of hot-button topics. At-large Councillor Mark Bentz is bringing a motion forward that could see changes on what some consider a dangerous stretch of road. Bentz is recommending speed reductions, additional signage, or additional turning lanes on Dawson Road. The councillor has been an advocate of increased safety for the road for some time, though this particular stretch would require consultation with the Ministry of Transportation.
I think it's a prudent thing to do, and I think we need to take some action. I think the people on Dawson Road feel that they have issues that aren't being addressed because this issue has been going on a long time without resolution.
Also on Monday, the founder of Thunderbird Wildlife Rescue will be requesting that council allow her to lease the Chippewa Park Wildlife exhibit. Jen Sallow currently operates out of her backyard, nursing injured rappers back to health. The space has grown too small for her need recently, and much of Chippewa's exhibit has sat vacant since 2017. Ontario officially signed on to the federal government's $10 a day childcare program this past week, but local parents anxiously awaiting a reduction in their daycare costs are going to have to wait at least another month to see those savings. Lee Noonan has the details.
Although new daycare subsidies officially went into effect on Friday, the earliest families could actually see those savings would be May, and the wait could be months longer if the subsidies apply at all. Bill Bradica is the CEO of Thunder Bay DSAB, which will administer the new funding in the district.
We have to wait to see how many of the licensed childcare operators will actually opt into the program, because they do have the option to either opt in or not.
Daycare providers who choose to opt in will have until September 1st to apply, but that is no guarantee that they'll be approved. Lindsay Gaw-Martin, CEO of Little Lions Waldorf Child and Family Center, which operates 10 daycare programs across the city, says it's still unclear who would be approved, but that she expects there will be a diversity of options.
There will be home ones, I'm sure, as well, and then childcare centers. They are going to be looking at nonprofits as well as for-profit centers. They want kind of a mixture of both, because I think they want to be able to give families still a choice in where they're sending their child.
Braddock hopes licensed home daycare providers who may not be part of existing funding structures will apply, giving families who use those services access to the new lower fees. And he suggests that unlicensed providers might be motivated to get their license so they can apply.
I would think potentially parents may be asking their unlicensed provider to become licensed so that they could then apply to become part of the new system.
Only licensed daycare spaces for children under 6 are eligible for the subsidy, which will initially decrease costs by 25%, reaching a target of $10 a day by 2025. While some providers may not be approved until after the September deadline, parents will receive a reimbursement retroactive to April if their child's daycare provider is included in the new initiative. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
Yep, you're right.
It's been a month since the Dryden Police Service was disbanded and the Ontario Provincial Police stepped in for the community. However, the transition wasn't fully completed until Tuesday when several former DPS officers returned home and were honored with a special welcoming ceremony. Adam Riley has more.
At 6 a.m. on February 24th, the Dryden Police Service gave its final call. 1 month later, after weeks of training at the Ontario Provincial Police Headquarters in Orillia, 10 former DPS officers returned to Dryden and were welcomed back in a special ceremony at the centre. In attendance was Deputy Commissioner Chris Harkins. He says having the former DPS officers blending with the OPP will benefit both the city and the region.
I was able to attend the graduation last Friday and to see the Dryden members join our organization, and the expertise and the experience they bring to our family is incredibly proud.
Detachment Commander Acting Inspector Ed Schwastik echoed Harkins, calling the large amount of effort made by all parties involved since the switch to the OPP was first introduced in 2017, and expressed his admiration for the dedication the former DPS officers have for the community.
To have those officers go away to Orillia, to the OPP Academy, and train for 4 weeks, and then to come back here is really a testament to their capabilities.
The graduating class of officers was numbered 497, and former DPS constable, now OPP provincial constable Kimberly Roethlisberger was the valedictorian. She spoke about both her and her fellow officers' time in training and the bonds all officers have with each other.
Dryden is fortunate. They had 2 police services that had mutual respect for one another and understanding that no matter the call, if an officer was in need, someone was there to help. It didn't matter the shoulder flash you wore or the area you policed. The policing family ran strong in this community. Therefore, this transition will be easy in the sense that we already have such a strong bond.
Adam Riley, TBT News.
Science North has received a big financial boost for its planned expansions in Thunder Bay and Kenora. Minister Greg Rickford recently hosted a news conference in Kenora to announce a $1 million total investment in the 2 projects. Science North is planning to build a new 34,000 square foot facility in Thunder Bay, as well as a 4,000 square foot expansion of the Lake of Woods Discovery Center in Kenora. The funding will help with the design work and an operational plan for the 2 attractions. Science North provides educational programs and exhibits, summer youth programs, and science-based economic development opportunities tailored to youth and the general public. Award-winning local author Jean E. Penzawal held a book signing at Goods & Co. Market on Saturday to promote her most recent book, When I Listen to Silence. The book explores how silence can help imagination and creativity grow. Penzawal says that she was inspired by how highly busy children's lives are and how stopping for a moment and being silent can help their imaginations flourish. Along with the book signing, there was also a craft activity for the kids, as well as a book reading. This is Penzawal's 12th book she has written, and she says she's extremely grateful for the support the community has shown.
I've been writing and publishing for almost 20 years now, and the Thunder Bay community has been so incredibly supportive of local authors, local artists, and I just feel really privileged and really honored. Just the number of people that came out today to support the launch of this book is really, it's really humbling, and I'm very honored to be part of this community.
The book signing isn't the only event Pennzoil is holding to promote her new book. She will also be at Enter Shine Bookshop on Thursday night, speaking with Michael Sabota about her books and writing with a Q&A to follow. Now joined by sports anchor Kurt Black. Now, a night Raptors fans have been waiting for, the return of Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, and boy, did it ever live up to the billing. You know, so long since we've seen the great Kyle Lowry back in Toronto, but we'll have all the highlights of a great game of number 7's return to the 6 right after the break.